All right. You're welcome to Digital Z Hub, an online training platform. So in our last class, I think we stopped at how to sort data from an open source called cargo.com, right? That was
Yes.
our last topic, of which I gave you an assignment to go and download some data sets from that same platform and also
Yes.
them. Now, so we assume that as a data analyst, like I told us, that there are procedures that we follow when it comes to attending to data or analyzing data. And one of the procedure I highlighted was that you are expected to assess data. You cannot analyze nothing. You have to make sure that you assess data sets. And that is the essence of us going to that open source to get those data sets. And I also said that if you are
Okay.
working for an organization, you are not going to go through all that steps because they will have gotten their data. So the only thing they will do is to hand over the data to you. So we are assuming that at this point, the company have given you the data set to work with. So what is the next step? So the next step, once you have access to your data, you perform data cleaning. Now remember that we are using one of the most used data analytics software, which is Advanced Excel for now. So which means that all these data cleaning or wrangling that we want to look at, they are associated with Microsoft's Excel, right? So our
Yes.
first focus in this section, I'm hoping that we should be able to cover two topics. So the first topic is what you have on my screen, which is called data wrangling. Data wrangling. So what is data wrangling to us as data analysts? So the word wrangling is just a professional term which is used to describe the art of perfecting, cleaning the data. So like I've defined it as a data wrangling, sometimes called data monging or merging, is the process of turning raw, messy data into a clean, well-structured format that is ready for analysis. And we all know that any adjustments you perform on a given data set, once it has been given to you, that falls under what? Cleaning. It means you are reprocessing the data. I hope you have taken note of what you have on my screen as the definition for data wrangling. So I've used two different terms
Yes.
to qualify or to describe what data wrangling is. Now, most time when you go for an interview, they may not use the general term. The general term for this is data cleaning. And why is it necessary for us to clean our data? It is important that we start by cleaning up our data so that we can have a perfect data. We can have error-free data or error-free data that will eventually lead to perfect what? Projections. I hope you are following. I can see someone is distracting you over there. Let's avoid distraction. These topics
Sorry.
are very important. Are you with me?
Okay, sorry. Yeah, I'm with you.
Okay, so I'm trying to highlight the necessity of data cleaning, why you should clean, why you should perfect your data as a data analyst before you proceed with your analysis. So there are actually different stages of data wrangling. Different stages of data wrangling. So as you can see here,
Okay.
there's a cycle. There's a cycle. That is what I'm trying to highlight here. The cycle. That is the stages that you need to go through most time when you are cleaning your data. So we have the structuring of your data. We have the cleaning. So you can see what I just said now. Cleaning is part of, it's like a sub, it's like a branch under what? Data wrangling. Okay? So
Okay.
data wrangling
Yeah.
is just like a broad umbrella that cover a lot of activities that you perform with your data set. So it also covers discovery, it covers validating, it covers publishing, it covers audit. But let's just quickly go to what is important to us. So, what we are expected to learn from this section. So I'm going to leave here because, we have already covered some of these things. We talked about cargo in the last class. All right.
Yes.
So I will just
Yes.
switch to the data sets and then we start learning some data cleaning techniques within
Yes.
this data. So I have forwarded you this particular data. I don't know if you have received it. I forwarded
Yes, I
you
have.
this particular data.
Okay.
So you may not bother
Yeah.
yourself at the moment. So I actually sent it to you so that later I'll give you assignments that will require working on it. Okay, so just
Okay.
focus on this. Now, this is an employee payroll. Remember our procedures. Once we are given data, we start by understanding the data, right? So this is an
Yes.
employee data set comprising of the following headers or features. What are the features? Serial number, where we have unique number representing
Yes.
each record. We have employees what? Name. So this is where
Names.
the name of the employees are computed. Then we have
Yes.
another means of identifying the employees outside their name, which is what? ID. And the ID are unique value. No two employee has the same what? ID. Now, here we have the collection of states all these employees are from. Then we have their gender. If an employee is not a male, an employee will be what? Female. We have
Female.
departments. We have departments. So department, we have different, in other words, the employees are deployed to different what? Department. They are working from different what? Departments. So we have status. Status talks about whether the employee is married or what? Is single.
Single.
Then we have grade. So there's a way they classify the employees. Some are manager, some are officer, some are trainee, some are senior officer. So what are we doing now? We are studying the what? The data so that we can,
Yes. So.
and in the course of studying the data, like I told us before, if we discover any error, then we will not call our data cleaning skills to eliminate them. So, but if you do not
Okay.
engage in this exercise that I'm doing right now, you might not discover error. All right. So that is why studying your data is very
Okay.
important. Now we have hire dates. So this is where all the dates that they were hired are computed. But there is a challenge here. There is a cleaning that is required here. Something is not right.
Yes.
You can see that the
Yes.
dates format is not aligning with the global standard. So which means that we are going to
Yes.
learn, if we are given data set like this, dates is not represented like this, how do we correct it? So which means we have just identified one particular place where we are going to perform some adjustments. Now, we have basic salary. Basic salary is where all their basic salary have been computed. Then we have wardrobe allowance. So these staffs, I believe this should be a very big company, because I can see the number of
Yes.
allowances
They're
that
very big company.
they are collecting. So they have
Yes.
about 3 different what allowances, which are like benefits. And then we have gross benefits. So I'm suspecting the gross benefit is the addition of this, addition of this, addition of this, probably will form the gross what? That is the overall what? Benefit.
Okay.
And then we
Okay.
have annual salary. So annual salary is like multiplying the monthly salary by 12. We have the basic salary to be this, but multiply it. So they have a way of calculating it. So we are just trying to understand the data. So we have tax, so which means that they are also paying tax to government. And then we have, after removing their liability from their assets, whatever they have left is called what? Net salary. Now that we have studied the data, so let's look at some data cleaning techniques. So you write data cleaning techniques in Excel. Data cleaning techniques. So I will just glance through some of the key ones. Okay, now let's start with this very error that we have detected. So, and I am going to title this type of error correction as how to format value as date. Right, that's the first cleaning we want to do. Formatting number as date. How to format number as date. Because these are integer, these are number, these are not date data. So how do we convert them to what? To a date format. So step number one is for us to select the whole of that column. I remember that in our previous class, I have taught you the technique on how you can select entire values within a column. So you click on the first one, and then you hold down the control and the shift button, and then you press down the down arrow button, and that will select the entire value automatically. I hope you understand that. All right, so now that we have selected the numbers we want to convert to dates format, so the next thing we are going to do is to go to Home tab. You go to Home tab. I hope you are writing your step. You go to Home tab. So from Home tab, you will come across this section called number. As you can see it, the whole of this group is titled what? Number. So from this particular section, I will click on the drop down for general. Click on the drop down for general. And then once you click on the drop down, you are going to see different formats. Now remember that we are looking at what? Short, we're looking at dates format. So I can change to this short dates. I can change to this. So you can see as soon as I click on it, we have automatically converted the number or integer to what? Date data. Did you understand it?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, but is it acceptable, or are you going to, is it acceptable, are you going to consult the company?
You don't need to consult the company.
If you
It
get,
is the application that actually changed the format. They computed it as date.
okay,
But in the course of you receiving the data, opening it with your application, something happened in between and the data format changed. All right. So if they
Okay.
did not write it like this, you cannot even format it easily like this. So it was written at the point of collection as date. So it is your app that changes. So you have to reverse it. And that is what we just did. Did you understand that?
Okay. Yes, sir.
All right. So that is the first data cleaning. So we have just perfected one particular section of our data that wasn't right. So what we are doing now is cleaning.
Okay.
Let's look at another cleaning technique. Second data cleaning technique in Excel is how to delete columns from the worksheet. How to delete column from the worksheet. How to delete column from the worksheet. Now, what does this mean? Look up. There are times that you'll be given data set to analyze, and then you discover that the person that collected the data collected all manner of what data, even what is not expected to be in the data. So there are times that
Okay.
you will conclude after looking at the entire data that I don't need a particular column, because having that column and its value within the data might contradict some of the analysis you want to perform. So in that case, what you do is to rip it off from the entire what data. So we are going to be assuming, because we don't have that error at the moment, all the column value are valid to me, but deliberately just for us to learn, supposing you are given a data set and you are able to identify that this gross profit, sorry, this gross benefit, the whole of it, we want to take it off from the data because we have error there. So how do you do that? That is still part of cleaning techniques, how to delete column and its values from the entire worksheet. So what are the steps? What are the steps? Number one, we are removing the whole of this. Number one step, select the alphabet representing that column. Once you click on the alphabet, it's going to automatically select all the cells in that column. Are you with me? Now, once
Yes.
you have selected the entire column you want to delete from the data frame, then you come to this, you go to Home tab, your second step, go to Home tab and click on Delete under Cells Group. Under this Cells Group, you click on Delete, and the cell expects that you specify the components you want to delete. What do you want to delete? We want to delete what? Column. So I'll click on this. So you can see that the whole of that column has gone. So that is one data cleaning technique you should know. Peradventure, there is
Okay.
a column within your data set that you need to rip off from the data. You just learned how to do it now. So after I have covered quite a number of them, I will ask you to share your screen, and then you will do some of them right in the class. So make sure that you are following. Make sure
Okay.
that you are following what we are doing. So let's quickly look at another data cleaning technique. Now, I want to return it. Remember that the column we removed wasn't an error. We just want to learn how to remove. So how do I return it? To return it, you simply undo, undo, undo. You come here, look up, you come here. So if you click on the drop down, you are going to see all the previous steps that you have performed so far. So any one of these that you want to return, the one we just did now, we formatted cell, right? We formatted
Yes.
cell. That is when I was adjusting the width the other time. So all those operations were tracked. Now, the one we did now is
Column.
deleting column. We just delete. That's why delete is captured. So if I remove it
Okay.
from here, what happened? It brings back
If you
what? The
do.
data set. It brings back the
Okay.
data set. Are you with me?
Yes.
Good. All right. So that is how to undo. That is how to return it, because we did not meant to remove it, because we just want to use that process to understand how to rip off column from our data set. Do you have any question from what I've explained so far before I proceed to the next one? Any question? So all these are things you need to know how. Definitely you'll be given data sets at some point that will require all these operation under data cleaning. That is why I'm taking my time to show you all these techniques. So let's quickly look at the third data cleaning technique in Excel. The third one is just like the third one is just like we assume that we might be asked to delete an entire column, let's assume also that we might be asked to remove an entire record from the entire data set. For example, this particular person now, Chinwe, are you following? This particular Chinwe at number 55. Supposing this particular record, Chinwe, we don't want it in the data set. We are asked to remove it. Maybe this person is no longer an active employee, or the person has been sacked. Okay, so there's no point of having the person's data within the payroll. So how do we remove the whole of that row? How to delete record? Because rows represent what? Record. Your step number one is you select the number. Remember from our first class, I told us that rows are represented by what? Numbers. And the space before is what? Horizontal space. While the column represent the vertical spaces represent the column, and they are represented with alphabet. I hope you still remember that.
Yes.
So whenever you want to delete a record, you need to identify the number, not the serial number that you created. This one is your artificial numbering. You have the original numbering on the Excel worksheet. That is the one you consider. So which means that I will just click on your first step, select the number representing the record to delete. That is your first step. I hope you have written that. Select the number that represents the row to delete. Step number two, you now go to your home tab again, go to your home tab, and then we are coming back to this same delete. But this time around, you have to specify that you want to delete row instead of what? Column. You can even see that the program is very sensitive. What you selected, it know that what is a row. That is why column options are not active. So I can just click here, and then I've removed that record from the entire data set. I want to bring it back. I'll go to that same undo. So if I click here, you see if I click here, it means that what? I have returned the value. So I'm going to enable you to, are you following? You understand it?
Yes, I'm following. Yes.
Okay, right. Now let's look at the fourth one, another data cleaning technique in Excel. Right, the number four. The fourth data cleaning technique. The fourth data cleaning technique. The fourth one is how do we check for missing value? How do we check for missing value? That is very important. All right. Now, take for instance, look up. Take for instance, I deliberately, probably maybe mistake, and I've deleted this. By the time the company wants to know the total cost of paying the staff's net salary, your statistics will not be correct because someone's net salary value is what? Is missing. And that will cause a lot of problem. Now, we easily found it because it's very close to the beginning of the data. If you are given a very large data set, you may not be seeing all the cells. So what you are expected to do professionally is to always check if there are rows or cells, rather, where you have missing value. So there is a function that we use to check for that. And if the function returns 0, It means that what? All the cells in that column or the range you define, they are occupied with what? Value. So you can be rest assured that what? There are no missing value within your data. I hope we are following.
Yes, yes.
So now let's check it here. So let's assume that I want to check. So I will just put it here, right? Equals to the function name is blank. Is what? Count, sorry, count blank, count blank, count blank, count blank. Now, that is, you should only count where a cell is empty. So like I said, if we count 0, it means that what? There is no what? Empty cell. If it return 1, it means that what? We have one missing, we have one cell without value. Now, what is the range? The range is for you to define. So Excel wants you to tell him between where to where do you want me to assess whether you have a missing value or not. So I will say start from here. I'll click on the first record, hold down the control and the shift button and press the down arrow button. So that will select everything we have there. So you press enter. What did it return? It returned what? 1.
1.
So that means the function is correct. This is it. Now, for any reason, I fill this place with number. Let's say 600. This will turn to 0 automatically. Did you see it now? So which means that we can use that function. We can use the function. So you write it, copy it down. We can use the function to check for missing value. It's part of data cleaning technique you need to have as a data analyst using Excel. So in fact, you can use it to check all the value, all the column, or the major features that most of your analysis question will be directed to. It is professionally advised that you use this function to check them to know whether you have a missing value. Any question?
Yeah, so this particular missing value, I don't understand.
Which one
Starting
is that?
from this one that you put 600.
Okay,
Starting from
so
when you
now I want you to get the communication. Get the communication. The communication is what matters before you shift your attention to understanding the function. The communication is that you are given a data set. Maybe somewhere there is a cell that either you mistakenly omitted putting a value inside at the point of recording this information. But you are not seeing it just like that's why I went down now. So you can see that you are checking all this, there is no empty. And the company have asked you to calculate the total cost of paying all the employees' net salary. And the value you are coming out with as your output or result does not tally with what is expected. Someone's net salary is missing. So a way of you checking whether maybe they omitted that person's entry, instead of you scrolling down to check manually, you are checking whether there is a cell that does not have a value like this, where the data is much. To avoid this manual scrolling down, looking for where you don't have it, you can consult a function called count blank. Count blank. I started by entering equals to. When you want to write functions in a cell, it is a standard rule that you must start with what? Equal sign.
equals
And then
to,
I type the
yes.
name of the function. By the time I type the first 3 letters, it brought out what? Some of the keywords. So I navigated to the one I want to use, which is what? The count black. I double click on it in order for the function to open fully. And the function is asking me for range, which means that, okay, tell me from where to where I should check for missing value. So I started by clicking on the first value, and then I held down the control, the shift button, and then I pressed the down arrow button. I believe you know the down arrow button. There is a section
Yes,
of your keyboard where you have left arrow, right arrow, up arrow, down arrow.
yes,
So I believe
yes,
you understand that. But before you press it,
yes.
you hold down the control and the shift button. So if I hit enter now, you can see that what? It returns 0. It returns 0 because there is no missing value. All the cells have what? Value. So if I, just to verify the sensitivity of this function, if I click here and I delete a value, you see that it has counted
Okay.
what? 1. If I delete another value, it will count what? 2.
2.
So what we are
Okay.
saying is that each time it counted a real number, it means that what? There are missing what? There are cells within that area you highlighted that doesn't have input. Did you understand it now?
Yeah, I understood this one, but assuming one number is removed already, like assuming now this first one, let me just say this first one, 236. Wait, this first number now, assuming is not there now, how do I now know? Is it that first one that you did? How do I know the number that I'm going to input there?
Sorry, like you are saying that adivin, maybe this particular one, right?
Is yes, is removed.
So how do you know what? Please, can you come again with the question? Let me get you right.
Okay, just delete the number now. Just let's do the
Let's say
practical. Just
this.
delete the number. Let me show you.
I've deleted it.
Exactly. Now I want to maybe the data came in like this. This place is empty now. I
Yes.
want to. Well, how do I know what to put inside it?
Okay, now this is it. Now it is possible that while the data came like this, there are two things that can be suspected. One, it could be an error from the person that computed the data. Maybe he or she forgot. So what you do is that you reach out to the company to know whether it was an error or maybe this particular person does not have any net salary. If at the point of recording, maybe the person have collected IOU,
Okay.
advanced salary, and at the end of the calculation, the person does not have anything to take home again, definitely here will be what? 0. So if
Okay.
0 is
Okay.
different from there is nothing inside, what you will do, you put 0 inside. This is the best practice. Instead of leaving it what? Empty.
Okay.
You just put 0 inside.
Okay.
So
Okay.
because that 0 that you added will not in any way
Okay.
influence your analysis negatively. It's not going to affect anything negatively. But you leaving it blank, except there are some calculation you make
Okay.
that blank without putting anything inside will generate what? An error. I hope I've answered your question. Have I answered
Okay.
your question? Good.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
so that is one of the
Yes. You have. You have.
Now, let's look at another data cleaning technique before we go into the analysis. So I just want to use the first 1 hour for data cleaning and then the second 1 hour to do some basic analysis. All right. So like the order that I told you, you don't
Okay.
start analyzing data until the data is assumed to be cleaned. Are you following? So now we want to perform another
Yes.
data
Yes.
cleaning. I think this is the 5th one. This is the 5th one. And what we want to do is, supposing you are asked to change the location of this column. Are you following? Look up. So the topic there,
Yes. I'm following.
let me give you a topic or a description for what I want to do. So what I want to do is how to relocate column values within your data set. For example, how to relocate column values within your data set.
Okay.
So what are we talking about here? Let's assume that it was a mistake, or probably your analysis required that where you have tasks now should come to where you have net salary. and net salary should come to where you have what? Tax. Maybe that
Okay.
is the order that you are mandated to rearrange the data so that you can easily perform your analysis. So how do we do that
Okay.
without deleting it and start computing it? So step number 1, select the entire column label to relocate. The label of this particular column is letter Q. It's letter Q. So once I click on letter Q, it's assumed that all the values under it have been what? Selected. So now, in fact, this is the one I am to move. I'll move this one temporarily to somewhere else. You see what I did now? This is what, let me show you what I did. So once you have selected the entire column, you place the B plus on the edge while the values are still selected. You touch the edge, you see that will give you another icon. Can you see that icon? So once you can see this
Yes.
arrow icon, you hold down the left button and keep dragging and keep dragging. So just put this one somewhere. Then you now come and click on this one. Then you drag this one here. So now what happened? The moment we drag it, there was a kind of misalignment. So let's take it back so that we can do something. Now, this is what happened. Now, you click here. Make sure that when you are dragging it, don't go down. Make sure that you maintain the same level. Make sure that you maintain the same level.
Okay.
Don't bring your hand down. So just go straight like this. Now, we notice that it's not adding a column. It's not adding a column. So you click here and delete it. So I will just click on insert to bring another column. Now, what I'm going to do is to click here and then bring this here. And it's asking you that there is already data here. Do you want to replace it? You say, okay. So that what? It will just overwrite it. Are you following?
Okay.
So that is how you can
Yes.
swap. That is how you can swap. Because there might be instances where you are given a data set and there is need for you to restructure the process of rearranging things. You can be given data set like this, and then you want this particular higher date to come last so that you can have all the values you want to analyze on one side. So you click on the alphabet representing that, and then you drag it, put it here, and then you can now put the next one there, or you delete it, or you click on it and remove it because you have it already what? Represented here. So you can see the way I have restructured the data now. Why? Because these dates, these higher dates may not be a factor for my analysis. And I don't want it to be in the middle of my data. I don't want it to be distracting me. So that is why I have to change the position. So these are techniques that you need to understand as part of data cleaning technique in Excel. Are you following? So I will go for, I will just take the last one, and then after that, you will share your screen as classwork. You will not be playing. I will tell you what to do or allow you to practice them. Where you have issue, I can correct you. I don't want to leave everything as an assignment. Now, let's take the last one before I allow you to play with what we have discussed so far. The last one, right, that is the sixth one. That is the sixth data cleaning technique with Excel, which is how to remove duplicates. How to remove duplicates. How to remove duplicates. How to remove what? Duplicate. So what is duplicate? Right, duplicate is a repeated entry within a data set. Duplicate is a repeated entry within a data set, which is very dangerous. Now, let me show you what we mean by duplicate. Duplicate means for the fact that you have single here and you have single here, this is not duplicate. It will be duplicate whereby you have single here, you have single here, you have manager here, you have manager here, you have 200,000 here, you have 200,000. That's what? The same value across all the what? The column. That is when it can be regarded as what? Duplicates. I hope you got that.
Okay. Yes.
Good. So, but we are going to copy the whole of this. Let's copy the whole of this to a different sheet and see how we can say we want to remove all the duplicates there. But as far as this data is concerned, this is not duplicate, but just for us to practice what we want to learn. So I will select the entire column and then press Ctrl C. That is how to copy. Then I'll click on this plus to go to a different sheet. Then press Ctrl V to paste it. Now, the idea is that we don't want all the single here, which are duplicated, should be represented with 1. All the married that are also repeated should be represented with what? 1. So we just want all the all the status to have just one representative or representation. Now, which means that we will just select everything you have here, hold down the Control and the Shift, select all the value. Hope you are writing down your steps on how to remove duplicates. Step number 1, highlight the entire cells range to remove duplicate from. Highlight the entire cells range to remove duplicate. Just like I've done here now, I've selected from what? Range A1 or A2, from range A1 to what? To range what? A something something. That is the last record. So once we have selected it, your next step is to go to Data tab. You click on Data. I hope you are following. You click on Data.
Yes.
Click on Data. Now, from here, you are going to see the command. You are going to see the command here. So your next step is click on Data tab, followed by select Remove Duplicate. Select Remove Duplicate. Select Remove Duplicate. So once I click on it, you see one thing that Excel will do is to notify you that, hey, the column where you are referring to, is this column? The column you are referring to that I should check whether there are duplicates is column A. Once you confirm that, if you check that, yes, the values we want to remove duplicate from, they are in column A. So which means that Excel is correct. So once you confirm it here, you will now click on what? Okay. You will now click OK. And then you see a feedback that says what? 148 duplicate value found. And out of all of that, Excel has removed them, remaining only what? 3 what? Unique value, which means status is one of the unique value. Single is the second unique value, and married is the third unique value. So that is how to remove duplicates. So far so good. I have walked you over 6 different data cleaning techniques. So if you are given any data where any of these need to be corrected, I believe you know what to do. So if you don't have question, I will now allow you to share your screen, then open whatever data you have there. You have this one, fine. And then I'll be telling you what to do for me. Are we ready?
Yes.
Okay, I hope you know how to share your screen. So I will stop sharing.
Yes, let me try.
So I will stop sharing. I'll start sharing your screen. So I'll stop sharing, start sharing your screen.
Okay, so what am I sharing? Is it the one you sent to me?
Yes, if you can open that one, fine. But if you cannot open it, open any of those. In fact, open the one you downloaded. Let's see whether there are some errors that we need to attend to there. Open the one you downloaded. I'm waiting.
Okay. Okay. Salary data protected documents. No, this is not what I want to show. Hold on. Nene, kwupụtara m ya biko. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes, I can see your screen now. Okay, so now you have to remove that particular, just click on that enable editing. Click on that option, enable editing. At the top, there is a message showing enable editing. Okay, click on it.
I've done
Okay.
that.
Now, can you increase the view? Can you increase the view? Yeah, click OK. Can you expand it so that it can appear bigger than the way it is here? It seems smaller a little, so you can just expand it. But if you cannot, okay, so you will be explaining. So go back to your notes and perform the first task. Then you have to be communicating so I can know what you are doing. Go back to where we started from and tell us that now I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do this. And then take them one after the other, and then where you are not getting it, I will come in to assist you. So you can start.
Okay. Okay. I'm trying to. You can see it clearly now. Hello. Are you seeing my?
Yes, it's coming up. Yeah, I can see it now. So you just have to be communicating, as if you are teaching. What are you doing? You are the one in charge
Are
now.
you?
Just be saying what you are doing so that I will know what you are doing.
My screen. Are you seeing my screen?
Yes,
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything again.
I can see your screen. I'm seeing.
Mommy, I'm not seeing.
but
Okay, you
not
can
your
see my
side.
screen. Share. Let me start afresh now. Okay, share. You can see it now.
Yes, I
Okay.
can see it. So just tell us what you are
Okay.
doing.
First of all, what I want to start from this higher date. Okay, I think let me adjust them. Um. So I want to start this number now. This higher date is not in order. So I want to format them first. I think I wrote that one. Okay, let me try it again. So I first of all select Control Shift with arrow. I've
Your
selected it,
select
so I want to.
your selection is wrong. You included the heading. Exclude the heading. Just start from the first one. Start your
Okay,
selection from the first record.
okay. I don't have the note, so let me know if I can use my head. Okay. Shift. I've selected it now. Then
Okay.
I'll now I'll go to home page,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Then I'll go to.
You can see that all these things are not active because go back to there was something I was trying to tell you to activate. That place that says enable editing. Until
Okay.
you attend to it, most of these things will not be active. So
Uh,
stop the entire process and click outside. Click somewhere outside. Just click outside first. You go back. No, 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 no. You are not to
okay.
minimize. Okay, now where you click on enable editing. Enable editing. The version you are using is crack version. That is why you are having this mess. Can you see that place where you have enable editing? I hope you can see it.
No, the thing has disappeared on my screen. Okay, I'm coming. Is
Okay.
it here?
Yes, yes. Click on it. Click on it. Okay.
Done.
Now, go back to what you are doing now. Go back.
Okay. Date. Mhm. Coming on that date. I didn't write it down. That's little. Little. Okay. Let me know. Shoot. Mhm. Then I'll now go to home page, right?
Okay.
Then I'll now go to um that step. I did not put it down. I'm just trying to.
So you can see it now. If I not say you should do it at classwork now. Now that place you have under number group. There's a place where you are seeing general, not there. There is a look at the number group. Look up where you have alignment. After alignment, you have number. Click on where you have general. Click on the drop down. Don't worry, let's just go straight to general. If you can see general, click on it.
I'm checking it. I'm
General
checking to
is
see general.
very visible there now. Look at general now. Under design, the next one to your
Design.
left. Yes, that is general
Okay,
now.
okay,
Click
okay.
on no. Click on the general. Click on the general itself. Yes, click on the drop down there. Good. Drop it. Now you select
It
short.
now. Select home general. Okay.
So now click on short date.
Comments.
You have short
Short
date,
date.
you have long date. Click on that one.
Okay, short date.
Yes.
Okay. Short date. The thing did not give me.
Mm.
Did not. It did not
Some
give me date for everything.
some of them are not affected, right? Now, what you do
Yeah.
is that what you would do when it happens like this, it's possible that the format now select everything again and go for long date. There
Okay.
was an option there called long date.
Okay. Okay.
Mhm. Long date. I think how
Still the
come
same.
your selection is go back to now select everything again. Don't worry, select everything. Let's do something. Select
Okay.
everything.
I have.
Now, if you go to your right hand side, you will see clear. Clear. Can you see clear? You see clear.
Yes.
Yeah, click on it. Click on it.
I've done that.
Yes, select clear format. This
second option. Yes, click on it. Okay, now you can see the way your selection is starting from that place. It's selecting as if those other ones are not captured where you are selecting. I don't know what is that. You can see the way. So start the selection from the top. Start the selection from the top. So I don't know how you are doing it. That it's not. No, that is not the kind of selection. No, just drag it. Drag it. Hold down the button. No, not from there. Not from there. Yes, hold down the button and drag as if you are manually selecting. Yeah, keep dragging. I want you to capture everything. Because I noticed it's like you were not even selecting the whole cell.
Okay. Done.
Okay, oh yeah, go through the
I've
entire
done that.
process again. Oh yeah, go to the general again and click on the short
Okay.
date. The short date. The short date. Yeah, let's go up
Still
now and check. Now, what you do is that select only these ones that are not affected and follow that same process. Just select from where you have that issue down to oh yeah, apply it. Let's see what is happening here. Okay, good. So, all right. So, oh yeah, tell us the next data cleaning techniques you want to explain to us. You have sorted the first one. Go back to your notes.
Yes, I want to explain blank count blank.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. So let's say maybe that count blank. I have to check the message now. Okay. That count blank. Do I need to delete anything before doing that?
Your delete one now used to check. Now you assume that you are given a data set where one of the cell does not have value, but you are not seeing it. But you just want to check whether it is true.
Okay. So I will now start with equals to, right? Okay. I'll still okay,
Yes.
yeah, equals to. Then I'll now write count.
Select the one that have a blank. Double click on it.
Yeah.
Yes. Double click. Double click so that the range.
Then the range now is telling me where and where
Good.
do I want. So I'll select everything.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, the range. Yeah.
And I'll stop here. Then I'll now click enter.
Yeah.
Okay, say 1.
Okay.
That is, I'll now impute the 1, right?
Okay.
I'm done.
All right. So the next one, quickly, just want you to master a few of them before we continue.
Okay. Okay, I want to move this item now to the next, like this queue now is supposed to come first.
Okay.
Before the P. So I want to move the P now back and bring the Q now inside.
Okay.
Now, for me to do that, I will first of all highlight. Control Shift. Hey, I made a mistake. Okay, Control Shift. Well, I'll first of all, okay? I'll start from tax, ba.
Yes.
Uh-huh. Let me manually do copy. Then if I select it now, I will now move it. I will
Yes.
now move it to. I will now move it to here.
Oh yeah, move straight. Don't be going down. No. Move straight.
Yeah. Okay. Did I get it right?
You have moved it now. Where is the one you
Yeah.
moved? Where was
I
it before?
moved here.
Where was it
That is it.
before?
The tax was here before, where this P.
Okay, good. So you have to
Then I
delete
moved
that.
the
Yes. So you have to delete that column one. You have to click on letter
yeah.
R and delete it so that your report or your analysis does not capture it. Select the letter
Okay.
R. Next time you just select the letter R. Select the letter R. It comes out
Yes.
automatically. Click on letter R and select delete. Not click
Okay.
on letter R. Select letter R, not inside that
Ah,
no. Click on the letter R.
okay. Okay.
Click on the letter R.
Okay.
Then
I've clicked on it.
go and select delete. You can see delete there. Click on delete.
Yes.
Click on
On
delete. Then select delete column. Select column. Delete column.
the
Yes. Click. Perfect. Oh yeah, the next one. I think that was the last one. No.
yes. Okay. Next one. Uh, okay, let me look inside my book. Okay, next one is how to remove duplicates. How to
Okay.
remove duplicates. So, uh, to remove the duplicate, I'll highlight the entire set range to remove duplicates. Then, if I highlight it, okay, let me start. Mhm. Basic cell. I'm going to highlight the basic cell, right?
Eh?
The basic
The-
cell,
that is not what
like the head.
is it not a duplicate removal you want to practice?
Yes.
You can't use number now. Just target department or any other string
Okay.
or grade or any other string label, not number.
Okay. Let me use grade.
So
I'll first of all select it. Okay, let me manually select. Let me do it manually. Mhm. Then if I select it now, I'll copy, right? Control
yeah,
C. Then I'll
yeah,
go to another sheet to paste
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Then I'll now paste it. I can paste it from here. Now, let me look my book. So, then data, I'll go to data. Am I right? I'll go to data. Okay, I'll go to data here and the column. Let's see. So, no, line, no. I'll go to data, then column, text to column. Data 2. Okay, I will go here. Data validation, right? Is it data validation? I'm looking for duplicate.
No. It's very close to it now. The one before it. The one before. That's it.
Okay. I've seen it. Okay. Then I'll now say okay. It's the same. I've selected what I want. That is column A. So, and that is what I want to duplicate. So I'll now select OK. Say 145 duplicate value found and removed. Then 6 unique values remain. So I will now say OK. So the thing, I've done the duplication. Duplicate from that one.
I think that was the last one now, right?
Yes, I'm done with the duplicate. Yes.
All right. So at least you have practice, and that shows that you are actually a fast learner because, and at the same time, you are a teacher. Maybe one of these days, digitals will give you a class to teach. Will share money because you within few seconds you are able to grab it. All right. So let me continue. Um. All right. So our attention will now shift to different topics. So I only wanted us to understand how some of these techniques that are required to put our data in the right shape before you start analysis. At the same time, is to let you know that you shouldn't proceed to analysis when you have not studied the data, and if possible, when you have not cleaned up the error. It's very, very dangerous that you analyze data with error. All your statistics are going to be misleading. It is like an
Okay.
abomination in this field. It's something that should be totally avoided. Don't be in a hurry to analyze any given data when you have not confirmed that the data is what? Perfect. So with this assumption that we have gone through the data and the data is perfect, so we want to start with basic Excel analysis. So the topic you write data analysis with basic Excel statistical functions. Data analysis with basic Excel statistical functions. Data analysis with basic Excel statistical functions. Right?
Okay.
Now,
Yes.
so I am going to, this is the data set, like I have already explained, is a payroll data set constituting different employees info cutting across different what features. Now, I'm going to start by naming this as the data. So I would say what this is the data. Now, the standard of data analysis is that you start with um, you start with having your data and then creating a separate sheet known as dashboard. That is, that sheet will be used as what? Dashboard. Are you following?
Yes.
Now, so I will click on this plus icon and then I will name this sheet dashboard. So this is the order you are supposed to go when you want to start your analysis. So the idea is
Okay.
that, our responsibility as data analysts is to draw actionable insights from any given data set. To draw actionable. What do I mean by actionable insights? Somebody can tell you that after analyzing your data, these are some facts that I was able to discover. Those facts may not trigger any action. They may not be that strong enough that can move the organization to take another step or to change their strategies. So, which means that the insights you draw from the data set, they are not actionable what? Insight. What we are saying is that for you to be able to present findings that could trigger the company taking precise action, we need to separate the data set from where you are assembling the what? The insight. Why did I create this different sheet named dashboard? Because from this data set, I am going to be gathering insights, and those insights will be assembled here. So I'm separating my findings from what the data I was given. That is the standard practice. Now we have to name these sheets. We have to name this particular sheet so that as soon as somebody access this sheet, he or she will know, oh, this sheet is for this. And for us to name it, we are going to go to insert, and then from insert, I will select uh from insert, I'll select text here. From text, I'll select word art text. Why? Because I need a graphic word text. So I'll choose from any of these samples. So let's say I want to write with this. Now the instruction has been given that all I need is just to type my own text. So what I will simply do is to say this particular sheet is called analysis. This is my analysis what? Dashboard. All right. So just to make the user interface of my dashboard to look attractive, I will add some transformation. I'll come here. I can change the color to this, or maybe I'll change the color to something like this. All right. Now I can highlight the whole of this range in order to disable the view of this grid line and give the whole of that area selected maybe a background color just to silence towards the grid line. So what I'm trying to do here is that I'm trying to create a user-friendly dashboard, a dashboard that will look attractive to whoever is going to use it to access my report. So the next thing is for you to identify the question you want to answer. Remember, I said something the other time that one of the reasons why you should always take quality time to understand your data so that you can draft, it will help you to draft very strong questions, because these questions, they are like the techniques that will help you to get this insight from the data set. So once your questions are weak, so once your questions are weak, there's every possibility of your insight being what? Weak as well. So now I'm going to show us how you can draft analysis question, because it's a skill set that you should also know. Every data analyst should know how to draft analysis question. It's part of what we need to learn. So once you are given a data set like this, how do I draft analysis question? Now, I am going to draft this question in order to align with the basic statistical function that we want to use. All right. So just to give a general explanation or an overview about this set of Excel statistical function we want to learn. Right. Excel basic statistical functions are functions used or that can be used by a data analyst. The are functions used or that can be used by a data analyst to draw conclusions. To draw conclusions from a given data set. To draw conclusions from a given data set. All right, which can influence smart decision making. Excuse me, which can influence smart decision making. Which can influence smart decision what making.
Making.
All right. Now, so what we are simply saying is that, for example, we are going to write the question down. Question number 1, analysis question 1. So it is the question that will actually suggest to us any of these basic statistical functions we want to look at, because that is how it works. You don't know the function you are going to use until you know the question you want to answer. So now, from this data set, the first question is, the company wants us to analyze the total. In other words, the question is what?
The company
Summarize
wants
the total basic salary for all the employees. That is the first question. And then
okay.
I'm going to show us how we will answer it with any of these basic words, statistical function. What does the question mean? That we should add all the value here. The company want to know how much will it cost them to
Sorry, I did not
pay,
get the question.
how much will it cost them to pay all the what? The employees basic what? Salary. That is what the company wants to know. So
I did not get the question.
the question is, summarize the the total basic salary. Summarize the basic salary. That is the question. Now let's
Okay.
go to our dashboard and outline that question. This is how you work. You will come here and say, okay, question 1, let's say Q1. You brief the question. Okay. Now I want to merge 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I want to collapse this cell so that I can write a single line word there as my question. So how do I merge? It's called merging. So I highlight the number of cells I want to merge together, and then once I've done that, I'll go to Home tab, and then come to Alignment section. Alignment section. Then go to where you have Merge and Center. Click on it. So you can see that what you have merged all those cells. So 1. Now, what do you want to have there? I want to write that question. What is the question? Analyze the total basic what? Salary. That is the question. Now, when you are creating your dashboard, it is also very important that your formatting should be what? Super. What do I mean by formatting? The appearance of your presentation matters a lot. So I want to do some formatting here. So I'll click on this particular cell where I have written the question. Then I'm looking at the colors that I've used here. I've used this color, I've used red. So I shouldn't use any other color that will contradict the colors I have used. So I will say, okay, the background color of that cell should be white, be red, while the text color should be white, and then I can bold it. Now, where I have my question should go with that background, something like this, and then the text color should be this. Then if I can as well what bold it, and then increase it. So these are basic things. So you see the way I combine my color now. So this red balances this red, while this one balances this. So that is how you design your dashboard. All right. Now the answer will be outputted here because the answer is going to be a single metric what result. Because the question says that what we should add everything. That will give us one line what result. So solution to the question, right? Solution to that question. Solution is consult Excel summation function to answer that question. Consult Excel summation function to answer that question. Are you following?
Yes.
Consult what? Consult what? Excel
Consult Excel summation function.
Now let's see the syntax. The syntax means what? What is the function what? Format. How do we write it? Remember that in Excel, all functions start with what? Equal sign or plus sign. I hope you understand that, right?
Yes.
Now,
Yes.
we are writing the function in. We are writing the function in the analysis dashboard sheet, not the data sheet. So I will type what? SUM, and then Excel will bring out all the function with the keyword what? SUM. Now we know the one we are targeting is this one. So I'll double click to have it completed. Now, the function needs certain data to work, which are referred to as the function input or parameter. What does that mean? It means the function is telling you, okay, give me some number to add up. Give me some number, for example, number 1, number 2, number 3 to add up. That is what the function is asking you. Now, you and I know that the range of cells that we want it to add up its value, they are in the what? The data set, not here, right? So once you get to the section where you have activated the function and it's asking for the range of value to sum up, you switch to your data set, you select everything you have here. Now, the best way you will do it because of tomorrow, because if I select it like this by clicking here, and then I hold down the control and the shift button, then I press the down arrow button, what happens is that it stops at where the last record stopped. Whatever tomorrow, if they enter more information, it means they will call you to come and reanalyze. That is not a proper standard. So you are expected to select all this so that as soon as values comes in here, it will update in your what? Your dashboard. That is the standard. I hope you are following.
Yes.
Okay. So how do I select it in a way that I'll create room for future entries? So this is how I'm going to select it. I'm going to click on the letter I. If I go down now, you see that what? It has selected what? Everything. So instead of me selecting the first record, holding down the control key and the shift key, hitting the down arrow, I will simply click on what? Letter I, and then I'll press enter here. By the time you come back to your dashboard, you have answered the question. So the answer is what? 100 and what? 194 what? Is it million? Now this is what you do. Now it's difficult for us because the values are not properly formatted. So you format it with decimal, with a look at it. You just come here and just put a comma here, so that you separate the word, the million from the thousand from the hundred. So this is 19 million, right? 19 million 500 and what? No, sorry, 450 what? 50,000. So we have answered the question. Yeah, we have answered the question. So we'll now tell the company that it will cost you 19,450,000 to pay the basic salary of all your staff. So we have answered that question. Is that clear?
Yes.
I hope it's
Yes.
clear. Okay. So since you have the
Yeah, it's
same
very
data,
clear.
okay. Now because of time, I will just answer more and then you take everything as an assignment before the next meeting so that we can cover reasonable of them. Now we have just learned how we as data analysts can use some function, right, to answer what valid analysis question. That is what we have just learned now. This same form, some function can be used by other ordinary user of Excel just to be adding value. But we deployed it to answer a valid what analysis question. So let's look at the next Excel basic statistical function. The next one, right? The next one is count. So let's quickly look at what count function. How can we use the count function, which is still part of the Excel basic statistical function, to answer analysis what question? Now, I want you to pay attention. I want you to pay attention. Don't let that person beside you there distract you. Now, so if you look at this in accounting or when you are presenting your report, this is descriptive analysis. Do you remember where I told you that
Yes,
descriptive
yes, yes.
analysis will always point to
What happened?
what happened? What
What happened?
happened,
Yes,
right?
yes,
Now, this is what
yes,
happened. This is what happened. Now,
yes.
we want to perform a diagnostic analysis to know how many employees, are you with
And
me?
why
How
it
many
happens?
employees are in that data set that arrive at what? This
Yes.
million. The company want to know how many staff
Okay.
with this money
But that
we use to pay their basic salary.
is
So we are trying to find out
okay.
how it got to this value now. That is diagnostic what? Analysis. So I want to use
Analysis.
count to count. So that is going to be my question 2. See what I'm going to do. I'm going to copy the whole of this, highlight it, Control C, and then come down here. I'm trying to leave some space. Come down here. Uh, okay, let me put it here. Select some range, Control V to paste it because I don't want to start formatting. I want to inherit the format
Okay.
I've given to this one. So I will just change here to what? Q what? Q2. So I
Q2.
have inherited the what? The background color.
Yes.
Then here, I will just click here and change the question here.
Yes.
So write the second question that will lead to
Yes.
the usage of the count function. That question will be uh, analyze. Okay, so since I'm still using analyze, let me delete manually. So analyze the total number of employees in the payroll. I hope you are right because you are going to answer the same question later on during your assignment. So make sure
Yes.
you are
Yes.
writing the
Yes.
payroll. So this is the question. Okay, so analyze. So I can just expand here a little or just click here and reduce the size so that you can see everything. So, and the answer will be here. The answer will be here. So I will start with equals to. So write solution. Answer this question with count function. Answer this question with count function. Answer this question with count what?
Function.
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 With count function. Answer this question with count function. So what is the syntax? The syntax is you enter equals to, you type count. Now, under count, please take note of this. We have ordinary count, we have count A. So you can quickly note it down somewhere. Ordinary count is used to count numbers. That's integer numbers only. Why count with
Okay.
A? Why count with A is used for counting any type of data. That is, it can count both numbers and also count what? Strings. Are you
Okay.
following? So now
Yes.
the header you are going to use to do the counting is the same basic salary. What type of value do we have here? They are numbers. So I will use this. And even I'm going to use department. Departments are tests. So I cannot use this. I will use this. So let me try it here. So I'll click. Now the range, the value. So Excel is also asking us, okay, I understand that you want to count some values. So can you give me the range from where to where do you want me to count? Now we'll now also switch back to our data set and then select that same word. Select what? Now in this case,
Basics.
we select what? We select, if
I.
I click on this I, there's going to be an issue because this is not number. So what I will
Okay.
have used is the count A. But let's try it and see if it's going to correct it itself. So it corrected it by itself. Okay, that is based on the version you
Okay.
are using. So which means that what? It counted, though you
We have
selected everything in that column by clicking on that I, but it exempted the empty word cell and counted only what cell with value with number. So it omitted that header because it found out that header is not it's not a number. Okay, so we have
yes.
so when we are reporting, we will not tell the company that you have 150 words staff that we
Yes.
consume
150 stuff.
that we consume this 19 million 450,000 as their basic salary. Okay, do you understand it?
Yes. Yes.
Okay,
The
okay.
Q1, you just remove the Q1, or
Yes, I
was it
just
a
click
mistake?
here. No, yes, now it's not a mistake. Now this is the first question, question one. This is
Okay.
question
Yes.
two.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
So now the next question, which is going to be the last single metric question, is if we are also asked to analyze the total average. The company want to make some decision once they understand the total what average. So right. Application of Excel. Are you with me?
Yes, I'm writing.
Okay, so write application of Excel average function. Average function for data analysis. Average function. So we have used sum, we have used count, we have already used count blank. Now we are using what? Average. So average means you are adding all the basic salary and you are dividing it by what? By
Number of
150. By
uh,
150. Is it not?
yeah, number of staff.
Good.
Yes.
Good. So now, if a creative data analyst knows that since you have already gotten the summation of all of them and you have done the total counting, just divide this by this. That will give you the average, isn't it?
Yeah, it
Directly.
is.
So I can just say, okay, for example, now let's also copy this format, Control C, and then I just want all those ones to be straight record. Then I paste it here.
Okay.
So paste it here. And then I will press escape to deselect
Q3.
the one you copy. Then click here and change it to what?
Q3.
Q3, right? And then
Yeah.
click here. Then reconstruct the what? The question. The question is what?
Yeah.
Analyze what? Analyze the average, right?
Yes.
Analyze the average of basic of total what? Total basic salary. So that is the question. And the answer should be outputted here. So the center is that equals to, let me go with what I wanted to show you now. So you type equals to, and then invoke this value here. Once you have typed equals to, you click here. All right. So if I go back now, you see that what? If I go back here, you see that it has called the argument that, that you have selected a value at I7. I represent the column, then 7 represent what? The row. Are you with me?
Yeah.
So now you will now put your division sign and capture this one and click here. So you have also informed Excel that, you have also captured a value at what? S7. So if I press enter here now, this is the average. Now let's use the normal function to achieve it. And let's say I want to output it here so that we compare. So equals to, so you can write this one now. This is the normal function, average equals to average. Now it's asking us what the number you want to calculate each what average. Of course, the number are the selection of what the basic salary what value. So I'll go back to my data set and then tick everything here, just like the way we did it the other time, and then press enter. Alpha, is it the same? Did you see it?
The same.
The same. So logically, where you have done your summation and you have done your counting, there's no point of using the average. Just capture the summation, divide it by what? The number of what? Entry, and then that gives you what? Your average. Any question before we look at the last one for tonight? Any question?
No.
Okay, so all right. So I hope you are getting value for what you paid for at Digital Z Hub.
Yes.
Okay. Now, so these are like card analysis, single metric analysis. So let's just quickly take, this is just like an introduction. I'm going to complete it in the next section because the time remaining will not permit me to finish all of them. And I don't want to rush them because they are very key. So we are done with the basic.
Okay.
We are done with the basic, how you as a data analyst can leverage on Excel basic statistical function, such as sum, such as what? Count, such as average,
Count,
to what?
average.
To analyze data. Now, I want to go intermediate. So you write intermediate, right? Next topic. So I will start it and finish it in the next section. Intermediate, or just write data analysis with Excel intermediate statistical function. Data analysis with Excel intermediate statistical functions. Are we still together?
Done.
All right.
Yes.
Now, right. Let me give you a general definition of them. Right. This set of Excel statistical functions, this set of Excel statistical functions, this set of Excel statistical function, they are used to perform exploratory analysis or descriptive analysis. They are used to perform exploratory or descriptive analysis. To perform exploratory or descriptive analysis where one criteria is needed, where one criteria or condition is required. Where one criteria or condition is required. You see, the one we did now, there was no condition. There was no condition. We were just adding everything in that column. We were just counting everything in that column. But now it's not going to be like that. The kind of question we want to answer now is that the company wants us to aggregate, to list out all the departments and tell us the percentage of basic salary they have in this. So we are going to break down this, which means that we are to explain this particular value per the department. So that at the end of the day, we will know which of the departments has more what? Basic salary or fund consumption. So let's go back to the data. The first one we want to use, right? The first question, right? The first question under this intermediate is summarize the basic salary per department. Summarize the basic salary per department. Summarize the basic salary per department. That is the first question. Now,
Okay.
solution. Answer this question with a cell sum if. A cell what? Sum if function. So this is it. Answer
It's
this
your turn what?
question sum if. So you can see that the difference between this function and the one we just used is that the absence and the presence of what? If. If, which is if, is a probability statement. If is a
Yes.
conditional statement. Because right now you are not adding all. So we are going to simply say that add only if it equals to one department, not just summing. So for example, if you want to add for marketing department, if I trace a value here, I will add it. If I trace another value here, this is not marketing. The function will skip it because the value here is not equals to what? Marketing. So the function is the one that will be checking the ones to add based on the defined what? Criteria. So let's look at the steps on how to answer this question. Step number 1, copy all the departments. Remember, I just taught you how to copy the other time. So I'll click here and hold down the control
Yes.
button, copy everything you have there, Control C. Copy all the departments to your dashboard sheet. So I will now switch to my dashboard and paste it here. So I'm leaving 2 lines. Look up. You can see the way I am forming a design. I'm leaving two rows
Yes.
in order to separate this report from the card report. So I'll start from here,
Okay.
and then I will paste Control V. Now, I want each department to be represented with a single value. So which means I have to remove what? Duplicates. What we just learned,
Okay.
right? So I will
Yes.
just go
Yes.
to good. So I will just go to data, then from data tab, select remove what? Duplicate, identify or confirm the column, click OK. So you can see that what we have now, we have only the unique what? Department mentioned. Now I can just
Okay.
increase this a little. Now format this. All the header we maintain the same color background. Are you getting the logic
Okay.
now? Why the body we maintain what?
Yes.
This. I'm trying to have a good looking what? Dashboard. So now I don't want to
Okay.
start formatting. Pay attention to a logic I'm going to use now. I don't want to start
Okay.
selecting here. I'll go to home. I'll come here. I'll choose color. No. Since that particular appearance that I want is already captured somewhere, I'll click on where I have it and then come to this command that says what? Format what? Paint
Paint.
or painter, then click here. So I have already what? Replicated what? That format. Now,
Okay.
the question says that we should sum basic salary. The function says that we should sum basic salary per each of these departments. So I'll put a title here. Total what? Basic salary. And then I will expand the cell, the column. See the way I'm expanding it. Now, I also want this format to cut across here. So I'll click here, select the same format, and then click here. All right.
Okay.
Now, the
Yes.
answers will be here. So this is where we are going to enter the function. So the function follow equals to, you type SUM, then you select the one with what? If, right?
If.
Because this is a conditional
Yes.
summation. So you double click
Yes.
with one criteria. Now, then look at the syntax of the function. So that we have a couple of parameters or input we have to give. So let me break it down. Now, the question says that we should summarize basic salary based on what? The selected what? Department. So the first thing, which is the range,
Yes.
is where you have all these departments mentioned in your data set. So you go to your data set
Yes.
and take everything here. Take everything you have. So click on that letter what? Letter F, so that tomorrow it can capture new entry. Then you now put a comma. Now, once you put a comma, check what happened here. It's not asking for what? Criteria. So what
Criteria.
is the condition? So what you simply did is that you have only acknowledged where the criteria value is. So now the criteria are in our dashboard because we have mentioned them. So I will start with marketing that I've mentioned here. So which means that what? From this range, select marketing. Now we need to specify, you put a comma. Then we need to define the column with the numbers that is going to add, which is what? Basic salary what? Column. So we'll go back to the data set and capture what? Everything we have here. And then you press enter here. You don't go to your dashboard, you press enter here so you can see it. So within this 19 million, only marketing department we consume what? Let me add this so that we know, add a comma. We consume what? 5 million plus.
5 million.
The staff in this department has 5 million in this 19 million. Now, what you do, you autofill, you drag it like this, it will calculate for the rest automatically. You don't have to go there and start writing the function. So now, I want to verify something. I want to verify whether Excel is accurate. And how do I do that? If I sum up all this value, we expect that what? It should give us what? This total, isn't it?
Yes.
So now let me highlight all of them, and then just highlighting them. If you come to your taskbar, can you see the value here?
Yeah.
Can you see the? Is
Okay.
that
It's the
value
same
equal to
thing.
this? Is the
Yes.
same thing. It's just
Yes.
selection.
It's the
Just
same thing.
highlight them like this, and then check here. You see that what? The function was very accurate. Now, the next thing as a data analyst is not enough for you to just display value. This is just your technicality. What will enable you, what we call report. Report writing is part of this field. You must have technical skills that will help you to get what? The key information. Then you must also know how to put your report because the the company, they are not computer literate. Or they might be computer literate, but they are not data analysts. So for that reason, you present your report in a non-technical format. You are a technical person, so you shouldn't speak to them as a technical person. You speak to them like novice. So which means that the whole of all these things that you have done here does not make sense to them. What makes sense to them is for you to go to maybe PowerPoint or go to Microsoft Word and write that observations after analyzing the salary payroll, I discover the following. One, comparing the sum of basic salary per department, I discovered that maybe marketing has the highest. If you check this value now, which one is the highest? Which one is the highest? Now you can see that it's taking
Marketing.
you, yeah,
Wait,
it's
so not
taking you
marketing. It's
good.
operation.
It is okay. Now look at it here. You see, to avoid what we just experienced now, you have to start comparing all the value before you know the trend, the highest, right? Now, next time, there's no point
Yes.
of doing that. Just highlight everything like this. Then you will see this icon called what? Quick analysis. Click on
Quick
it. It will bring
analysis.
out, yeah, it will bring out what? Chart. And then pick one of the charts. You see, as soon as you add the graph, within a second, you will know which one is doing better. Look at it here, operation, followed by what? Marketing. What is the least among them? Compliance. Sorry, the list is what? Technology. Now, you put this in
Technology.
yes, you put this in writing. You put it in writing. All right. So you are supposed to open like PowerPoint like this. Open like PowerPoint where you are writing your report. Okay. Now, because it is this PowerPoint own that you present, you will not take them to Excel because taking them to Excel is as if you are confusing them more. So what we are going to do now is that
Okay.
let me just write a simple report here. So I'll just come here and write what my analysis. But normally, if you are presenting a full report, you start by your name. So you can just say something like uh, data analysis project. This is how you submit your assignment. So you just pay attention to what I'm doing. So I will come here, maybe give it one color, and then you have to get some picture, some analysis picture. So you can just go to Google. You can go to Google just to have a better presentation. Just open Google, search for an active picture that represents analysis, and then you put it there. I just want to show you how you can do some of these things. Now let me just go to a browser, and then I will just type analysis. I'll just type analysis. I'm going to get some picture. I'll go to image, then I will take this one. All right, so I will right click on this, select save image as, take this one, or you take this one, any of them, save image as. So let's say I'm saving it to desktop. I'll select desktop. I will give it a name. Let's say analysis picture, for example, and click on save. Then go back to my PowerPoint and then bring that picture here. To bring that picture here, you go to insert, go to picture. So from picture, specify where you are bringing it from this device. And then remember where we sent it to, which is desktop. And then from desktop, I'll locate that name, which is analysis picture. And then click insert. So I have the picture here. Okay, so as soon as I step in there and I am presenting my report, seeing this picture shows that you are a data analyst. Then you save. You save it, find for a location, let's say on desktop, to save it, right? Now that is for slide one. Then you right click on this slide, select duplicate, so that to copy it. Then you change this, my data set, my data set, my data set. So you say something about your data set. So not ordinarily you go to Google and go and look for what data picture. So just type what data, press enter, and then you see what picture that represents what data. So I'm just going to use, I have a kind of app here that I normally use to screenshot. You may not have it. So where you don't have it, you follow the first step. You right click, download it, go there. For now, we just, use the app and just what, take it here. And then I will just copy it and then go straight to PowerPoint, and then right click and paste. So this one is faster. That is if you have that particular app. If you don't have it, then you have to go through the initial steps. So I can just use any of these to format it. Now, the next thing is you will just say what? Analysis what? Questions. So you write all those questions that you analyze. So let's say analysis what? Questions. Analysis questions. So you now go to your insert, then select text box, and then you start writing. Maybe the first one, what did we analyze that time? total what? Basic salary, right? I can't remember.
Yes. Yes,
Basic
salary
salary.
per
Yes.
department.
And then we also analyze what again? Total
Total
employees count,
average.
right? Total employee, we answer a question like this. Employee what?
Okay.
Count, right?
Yes.
They will also analyze total employee,
Count. Yes. Total
employees what?
average.
Employees are
Average.
basic salary average. So we analyze that. So let me just assume this,
Average.
and then I'll click here to, please, I hope you are watching, to increase it. And then let's say this. Then you take your
Yes.
time to arrange it. I just want to paraphrase because it's a topic on its own, report writing. Now, the next one is that observation, your observation. That is, or you just say what? Conclusion. Conclusion. Your conclusion, that is when you will now go back to your Excel. Like I was saying, your conclusion here on this report is that operation generated what, or had the highest what, sum of basic salary. So I will say, okay, I'll just come back. I'll say, uh, after analyzing
Observation.
the data, I'll go and correct it. I think I made a mistake somewhere. After analyzing the data set, the comma, after that, the following observation or conclusion were drafted. To take the one after the other, comparing the total what? Total sum of basic salary per department, right? Comma,
Yes.
I discover that operation, just want to write only one, then you write the rest. Operation
Yeah.
has the highest
The highest.
what? Basic
Basic
salary.
salary.
With, you must mention it with the sum of,
Okay.
so you now go back to your analysis, you get it here, which is what? This particular value.
Okay.
You write it there with the sum of what? 5 million. So you can just say
5
with the sum.
million. 600
So with the
million.
sum of 5, let me just put it like this, 5 million.
660.
Yes, so your own, just make sure you write it in full. I'm just trying to show you. So you take those observations. At the end of each analysis, you must bring out what you find out. So it is the presentation of this to the stakeholder that will guide them in decision making, not
All
those
right.
your technical work. So at the end of each analysis, as a data analyst, you must always study your report to know what the report is saying. And please, when you are reporting, don't just report only the trend. The trend here now is this, right? Then you also report the outlier. The outlier is that
Yes.
report the list. Tell them also the list technology, and also tell them the difference between the least and the highest. So once you capture, look at the three key things you should capture: the highest, which is the trend,
Okay.
then the least, the difference between the least and the highest. Once you capture these three things, you are good to go. So with that, they will be able to make effective decision. So this is where we are going to stop. So let me save this because in our next meeting, I am going to continue with this. Like I told you, out of 3 of them, we have sum if, we have count if, we have average if. We have only demonstrated what? 1, which is what? Sum if. And if you check now, this is intermediate Excel what? Statistical function, where only 1 criteria is needed for analysis. Like this one that we use now, what is the criteria? The criteria is we summarize the basic salary per what? Department. Even the question says summarize the basic salary per department and where or maybe where status is what? Single. That is 2 criteria. So we're going to look at that in the next meeting, how we can use multiple criteria to perform this descriptive analysis or exploratory analysis. So time is not on our side. We have to close because I have another class tomorrow 5 a.m. So I need to close this one. So any questions so far? Any question? So once you get the video, you sit down with the video. Yes,
I
you
wanted
sit.
to ask question in that first.
Which first one?
Okay. Yes.
Your network is. Your name is Blessing, right? I want to save this so that next
The
class is
highest, I will understand it more.
Blessing.
Jane.
Your name is Blessing, right? So
No,
I'm
Jane,
saving.
Jane,
Okay, Jane.
Jane.
Please remind me that the name I use is saving this particular
Not
work is your
blessing,
name.
not blessing.
Okay. Okay, Jane, have you? Okay.
Ifeoma, Onweke, Jane Nweke, yeah, Nweke.
Okay. Forget about that long name. I just need one of the name. Jane analysis. Just
Okay,
to remember this work
analysis.
because I don't we have to continue from where we stop. I don't want to start another one afresh. So in the next class I will
Okay,
just remind me that I use this name to save it so that I can call it out. All right. So
okay,
I think we'll continue the rest from where we stop. So what you will do is that I will try and send the
all right,
video to you. Then you sit down with the video.
okay,
Your assignment is to answer the same thing. Give me the dashboard that look like this, exactly this one. Answer all the questions we have answered within this
okay,
dashboard. So once we have done it, just screenshot it and send it to me so that I
okay,
can schedule the next class. All right?
okay,
All
okay,
right. So,
okay, all right.
all right. So good night.